Hello, hi, good morning. It's still morning. It's 11:56. Yeah, I'm 1 minute late for the live stream. Yeah, so sorry about it. Just trying to handle some technical issues. Right, so yeah, today is Sunday, the last day that we are going to to wrap up our topic for this week itself. So yeah, let me see. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me change lane. Yes, okay, I'm good now. Okay, all right. So yeah, so before we really move into the live stream proper, just to go through the usual things, there are two ways in which you can actually communicate with me in this live stream. One is via the chat box itself. So actually, right now I'm powering my dashboard, so I'm actually going to see who's going to leave any comments and stuff like that. So yeah, so as it is. Right. So one way is to use the chat box function where you can actually type in your message, your comments, your opinions, and stuff like that. And then the other way will be to join me live on air, talking to me directly in this live stream using my Discord voice channel. So what you can do is you can actually go over to my Twitch profile, click on the Discord link. It's actually an invitation link to join my server. So if let's say you've got a Discord account already, you can actually log in, join my server, and then go to this section where it says on air live. Click on it and then join the voice channel, turn on the microphone, and then we can actually talk to each other live. Right. So that's one. Yeah, correct. So yeah, basically these are the two ways that you can communicate with me in this live stream. So and then if let's say you're watching this as a replay video, either through Twitch or through YouTube, you can actually feel free to drop your comments and stuff as well. I will go through them. And alternatively, if let's say you want to reach out to me directly, you can actually go to my Twitch profile as well. I've attached my Facebook, Instagram, what else? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. No, I don't think Twitter. TikTok. Yeah. So all my usual social media handles are there. So yeah, feel free to just give me your comments and your opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, right. So great. So it's a Sunday coming to 12 noon, Sunday afternoon. So I'm not sure if let's say everyone is up already. It's a weekend though, and heading for lunch or yeah, feel free to to join in and then join the chat. This live stream is actually more of like me commuting from one place to another through my daily work and stuff like that, and then just turn on the live stream and we can actually have some conversation, right? So that's the purpose of this live stream. Just take it as a form of entertainment and all will be good. Right, so the time is 12. Yep, so for those who have joined in, welcome to the stream. Right, my name is Garrison from Singapore, and yeah, let's just go through our topic because today will be the last day of the discussion for the topic itself. So I think the topic for this week is about Pride Month. Yeah, so basically this is the month where the LGBTQIA plus community will be, um, kind of like celebrating and then to raise awareness to those who are actually not aware. Yeah, correct. So yeah, it's honestly it's going to be a kind of like a sensitive topic to talk about, but then I think we are pretty, how should I put it? In this era, I think a lot of things are actually opening up, and we need to really see things from different perspectives before we decide for ourselves what is the best of interest, and yeah, and then followed by the next course of action. So yeah, so roughly I would like to just briefly touch on, and then to generally to see how is the response going to be like. And then yeah, for Singapore, I think yesterday there's this Pink Dot 14 event. So I actually went down to have a look as an ally, as a supporter. So basically, I mean, if you get to know, to understand the people and stuff like that, I don't know, because okay, personally, this is actually my personal point of view. So along many a times where sometimes there are misinformation given, and then to make things to just put things into a wrong context and stuff like that. So a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of things all ongoing. However, having said that, there's always a black sheep among any community, so it's bound to happen, right? So yeah. So well, yesterday I also get to know quite I think quite a lot of people, because if you are aware, I think productions or arts and creative, you have got normally quite a quite a lot of people who belongs to this community. So as you understand them, as you get to know them well, they are just like ordinary people like you and me. And yeah, so to me, it's like how they met their other half is more of like, it's connection. So things happen. So we don't really judge people by um, what's their preference and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think, I mean, to better put it off, I think in terms of if you look at it in terms of the Singapore pledge, like regardless of race, language, or religion. So in terms of interracial marriage, it's also kind of like I was supposed to begin with is going to be like frowned upon, right? So it's like maybe the people from this race and that race, they don't really think that you can actually get along and stuff like that. So we have come a long way. We've got interracial so-called marriages, and then they have got tolerance in between and stuff like that, and then they get to know each other well. Basically, at the end of the day, we're all humans. Our DNA, or whichever thing, our general structures are the same. It's not like as if like one race is have two heads or four hands or whichever thing. So at the end of the day, it really, really depends. And then sometimes we also look through stories whereby we've got abandoned babies who are being adopted by another race and were being brought up by another race. And then it's like, no, there's no conflict, there's no nothing. It's just basically a human thing, right? So we are just kind of like putting labels like, oh, you are this, you are that, you are that, you are that, to categorize people. So in terms of all this categorization and stuff like that, it's actually something in which we need to just bear in mind, right? So apart from racial, like languages, all this, I think language barrier is another thing, like in between marriages. But all these things also still work well. They still run along well, so no issues. And let's see, got religion as well, religion. So you've got interracial, all these things will actually settle more. Sorry, my navigation is still on. But anyway, all these things will actually be resolved. So apart from these three dimension, I'm going to introduce another dimension called age. Right, I think age as well. Where you got a very old man and then a very young woman, or vice versa, or whatever thing. I think all these are being kind of like I mean, even until now, where people have this norm, this stereotyping kind of thing ongoing. When you see this sort of relationship, they will think, yeah, they begin to have second thoughts and stuff like that. But you are not the how should I say, the party concerned, so you don't know what's going on. Yeah, correct. So at this moment in time, I think inter age there's some acceptance, but not all. So what if we so-called put in the other factor called gender? So I mean, sometimes in life you have very good close friends and whoever, and then you can't exactly find someone of the probably someone of the opposite sex to actually to understand you, to be able to relate a lot of things to you, to yeah. So sometimes you've got these terms called things like bromance and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of things happen naturally, and so as time goes along, they realize that they are actually, they know each other very well. They are kind of like meant for each other, but because of regulations and stuff like that, they cannot actually, in terms of if one passes on the so-called, a lot of things will not be properly channeled. So there's a lot of legality issues as well. So I think one of the main, I mean, as a real estate agent myself, as a real estate salesperson, there are a lot of people talking about BTOs and stuff like that. So I think there's also probably an area to look into. And just a side note, personal opinion, if let's say the housing supply and demand, if let's say there's really oversupply, probably the government will do so because there's this, how should I put it, excess, and then they will consider about it. But I think that is the easy way out. It's not actually very, how should I put it? It's the interests of how should I put it? I don't know. I think today I lost a lot of words I can't really use to express myself clearly. But I think you get my point. You get my drift. So basically, yeah, that's one area in which to so-called to think about. So yeah, that's what they meant about this equality and stuff like that, and about treatment and so on and so forth. So that's the basically the gist of it. So what I'm thinking is more of like if let's say there are people who are actually going through this phase of life and stuff like that. So I think it's why not you treat them as normal as everyone, But of course, it comes with a lot of legality and a lot of sensitive things in which it needs to iron out. But then the thing is that that's precisely the movement of this kind of like pink dot to actually create awareness so that people will actually, understand this point, and from then onwards, we'll be able to visualize the entire thing and to probably for the leaders to actually make the appropriate so-called amendments and adjustments and stuff like that. So we leave it as it is. So yesterday's biggest news are actually the member of parliaments are there. So one from each political party. So yeah, it's something of that's kind of never happened before. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Um, yeah. So for the poll itself, is actually for this topic is basically are you for, neutral, or against and stuff like that. It's just a very generic one. So yeah, try to refrain from negative and sensitive remarks and stuff like that. We hope that you will be able to open up ideas and to open up people's thinking, so that it won't judge from the first approach, and then after that you have got a very biased kind of opinion, right? So yeah, anyway, yeah, I don't see anyone in the chat. So yeah, as usual, I think it's a Sunday afternoon. So normally most of the time I won't have much of a response. So I think lately my videos I don't really have a lot of live engagement. So I will look into the matrix for the so-called the recorded stream to determine whether there are still people in favor of this kind of live stream or discussion and stuff like that. Right. So I think last week, I think it could also due to school holidays. I think one or two of the earlier videos, the response is not that fantastic. I thought I've like probably hit the bottleneck already. So thinking of like, oh, okay, maybe I can stop. But the last couple of videos, I think the number of views are actually back as well. Although there's not a lot of views, but there's still some views in which I think I can actually I can actually put in the effort to actually just do this stream for the matter. So yeah, and Okay, so yeah, that's basically that. And yeah, that's for the topic for this week itself. So how about next week? So I'm not too sure what I'm going to discuss for next week. I'm still cracking my brains on it. And if let's say I've got any interesting topic to to discuss on, so just write into me and let me know, and then I will actually, if your idea is selected, I will credit to you, and then we can actually run the so-called the discussion for next week. Yeah. So that's another thing. And yeah. So what are the things that you guys are interested in? Yeah, because there's no live viewers, so let's see, what can I talk about? Today's weather is actually pretty good. It's not too hot, but it's maybe a bit gloomy and may rain, but otherwise it's still pretty okay, reasonable. The time now is 12:12. We are like, say, coming close to 20 minutes into the stream already. And what else? Or what else? What else? What else? Um, yeah, basically nothing much actually. Okay, let's see. Do I have? I think recently. Let me think of anything. No, I think recently there's not too many uh, messages already. So I think it's kind of like quietened down, stabilized already for this channel in that sense. And yeah, so all should be good. And yeah, so right now I am along Alexandra Road, right? And let's see. That for those who just joined the stream, welcome to the stream. For those who left, I'm so sorry. It's kind of as usual a boring one. I shouldn't say as usual. It makes the whole show like the whole stream like it's a complete waste of time. But I think if we actually have some topics that in which we can get the engagement ongoing and we can actually get the discussion going, then it should be good, right? Okay. What else? I think yeah. Back to the topic itself is a way of thinking. If you are yeah, if you are willing to actually open up to accept. Okay, sorry, I always come across here. I always get distracted. Right. Okay. Moving on. Right. So, what are the things that we can actually talk about? Yeah, actually, I've been toying on the idea of, if let's say anyone, I think especially now it's, uh, no, I think better not. Uh, yeah, I think better not. So, actually, I've been toying about this idea of having maybe live guests that actually can actually join the show. But I'm not too sure how he or she is going to sit. Probably I'm going to position him slightly more backwards so that he can be actually be in frame, and then we can actually have a live so-called discussion while we are driving, probably for towards lunch, and so we can actually do a live stream show. How about that? So if you would like to be one of the first hosts, not say host, first few guests, yeah, we can actually explore on that, and just feel free to drop me a comment, and we'll see how we can actually work it out, right? So, okay, yeah. Sorry, I always distracted when I drive along this Alexandra Linky side and looking at cars. There's IKEA on my left. Okay, coming back to the show. So, yep, are there anything else? If let's say you're online, if you're watching this stream, maybe you want to drop a hi, drop a text, and then, yeah, then we can actually kick start quite a lot of things. If not, then it's going to be a lot of silence in between. Yep, so we are now officially 20 minutes into the stream. If let's say there's nothing else going on, probably by next five couple of minutes, then probably I'll just end off the stream, and then that will conclude for today. And also the topic about Pride Month, although it's still like we are like in the middle of it. Oh, today is it's already the 19th already, so tomorrow is 20th. Wow, time really flies. So yep, we are like coming to the end of June already, so that's half of the year gone. Okay, right. So let's see today. Yep. So yeah, I think if let's say you want to continue on the topic itself, maybe we can. If let's say you're going to my Discord server and go to the text channel, okay, you can actually. It's kind of like a forum. Go to head down over to social media and then expand on it. Look for Twitch. Once you click on Twitch, excuse me. Once you click on Twitch, you'll be able to see all our previous so-called topics as well, and it's up to you to whether you want to participate in it. Excuse me. Oh, my throat is kind of dry. Right. So, yeah, if let's say any topics that you wish to elaborate on or you want to touch on further, just feel free to to look for to create a thread or look for any existing threads and then to continue with the discussion and stuff like that. Right. So, yeah. Okay. No, I don't see. Initially, I thought it's like my chat function broken altogether. Like maybe the one on the main camera itself, that's one, and also on the dashboard. But I believe that the dashboard is the overall so-called kind of like server for the channel. So if let's say it doesn't appear there, that means to say there's really no messages, right? Okay, so now I'm actually I'm really sorry. Right. So yeah, right now I'm actually quite close to my destination already. I'm going to pop over to Alexandra Retail Center for a while for a short meeting and then I'll be off to another site. Yeah, correct. So yeah, great. So what are the things to look at, to shout upon? Yeah, basically there's nothing much, right? And yeah, really nothing much without a lot of input. So I'll leave it as it is. And right, so uh, yeah, June holiday. When is June holiday ending? In about a week's time. So it's next week, the last week of June holidays for the local for Singaporeans, for the Singaporeans kids. Yeah. So uh, yeah, maybe I think I'll just leave it there and then because in my mind it's totally blind. Not blind, blank, blind. It's totally blank in the moment without anything much, right? So yeah, I'll probably drive in to go and park, and then I'll call it a day, right? So today is 19th June. The time now is 12:21 p.m. local time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park and then I will end the stream, right? Oh, by the way, weekend, I think during the day is free parking at Alexandra Retail Center, ARC, right? So if you are around the area, you can probably come here to shop, to dine as well, right? Wow, I'm doing free commercial publicity, but never mind, it's okay. Because I'm also enjoying the benefits of it, right? Well, sorry for the awkward silence, but yeah, I'm just trying to look for a lot. Yep, there are a few here. So okay, maybe I'll just park and then I'll just end off the stream. So if let's say you have anything else, just feel free to put it in the comments and stuff like that. Then I will try to address them the next time around when we are live, right? Okay, we are in. So yeah, that's all for today. Right, thank you for tuning in live on a Sunday afternoon. Unfortunately, there isn't much of engagement for today, apart from just to sum up the topic for this week itself. So, if you would like to continue or anything, just feel free to we carry over to the Discord text so-called channel, and then we will move on from there. So, apart from that, thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. Even like if you are watching this as a replay video, I believe that the viewership is higher, is much higher there. Just feel free to send in your comments and feedbacks once you have actually watched the videos, and yeah, I do treasure them a lot. And if let's say you have any opinions that we can actually improve on the channel, just let me know as well. Right, so with that, I think I end of today's stream. Thank you so much, and I'll see you the next time I come online, which is most probably tomorrow, in which I need to start a new topic for the week itself. Right, so thank you and have a good Sunday. Goodbye.